So we at Bikes on the Drive wanted to offer a bike to our customers, a bike that wasn't just assembled in Canada, but a bike that was actually welded in Canada, and one which was powder coated, simply because powder coating has a longer lasting finish and is much gentler on the environment. We also wanted a bike whose components were selected not just for longevity, but also for serviceability. The ability to be able to repack the hubs easily, and to replace individual parts of the components when necessary.
So we decided that we'd rather have a bike that is entirely serviceable and a bike that's going to last sort of in the first place, it's going to last a long time, and then secondly, it's when it does, when parts do wear out, which they inevitably will do, replacement parts are available, so you can keep the most things out of the metal recycling as possible. So the tree here, which is a very special bike, is sort of designed to fulfill that. Instead of up-speccing some parts and down-speccing other parts, we just medium-specced everything. And I think in the long run, it's a much better deal. So yeah, we went to visit the factory in Chicoutimi in March, and it was a super valuable expedition. It was really great to sort of see how things are made, see what happens in a bike factory. Never, in my mind, new bikes just started in a box, and their life began when I opened up the box and assembled it. But in reality, there are a lot of steps that take place before the bike ends up in the box. And so we custom designed the bike. We picked the color. We picked with all the parts. We designed the decals, all that stuff.
A representation of our vision and our ethic at the shop. The trees was designed around being eco-friendly in so many aspects, both in its creation and its use. So that's where the name came from. The color came from the name. It was kind of left up to me to decide where we were going with that stuff. We talked about browns and greens and very earthy colors the whole time, but eventually we decided that by a combination of basically people's interest and our needs as far as what we wanted the bike to represent, that the black was the best to go with, the matte black. It's not a sporty color or anything like that.
No.
It's solid and it's dependable. It's something that appeals to a lot of people for whatever reason, and it makes the bike very nondescript. Pardon me. You don't notice it with that matte finish. Even the graphics, they're very nice and they stand out very well against it, but they don't say flash, and they don't grab your attention in more kind of an interested way. You want to look at it and see what it is, as opposed to being impressed.
We designed, the Bikes on the Drive crew designed this bike with robustness first and foremost in mind. Robustness and longevity, as opposed to lightweightness. And so, for example, you'll see wheels with 36 spokes. This is a touring grade wheel, as opposed to a lightweight wheel that you'd find on a bike like this one down here. So the bike is designed for a hardcore commuter or somebody who's touring on it. You can ride this bike across Canada, right from here to Chicoutimi, Quebec, if you wanted to. It is built to that standard. So in summary, and we said, we know that our consumers, when peppered with a little bit of education, would be very happy to buy the bike and pay a little extra for it. So we also know from lots of research that's been done that consumers aren't going to just pay for something that's more environmentally friendly. So we address the quality issue on most bikes.
Right.
All the companies now are producing bikes for lightweightness. And they compete. The catalogs say this bike weighs this much, that bike weighs that much, and they're competing on weight. And we said, forget that. We want a bike that's built for robustness, not lightweightness. We're talking like 2 pounds here or there. When we can repair something, we will repair it. And we've got a huge service department, and it's just what we do. So we're way more inclined to recommend to a customer to rebuild a hub if we can, and true the wheel, instead of just going and buying a pre-built wheel, another pre-built wheel, and having to cut that all apart and put it into the recycling system.